Recently, as I shared on my last video, I celebrated my birthday. And the question that I was asking myself is, how did I get here? How did I get this old? I'm old, by the way. Don't look at me and say, you're still young. All right. But there's one issue that I would like to address through this question of how did we get here? And this issue is corruption. If there is one thing ailing the society today that we are living in, is corruption. And most of us are asking this question: how did we get here? How did our leaders become so corrupt? How did the police department and all these things how did the lands office become so corrupt? That there is nothing how did even hospitals, that there is nothing that can be done for you without you going back to your pocket and giving someone something. And as I look back, I just want to share just a place whereby I think is so much in line with what I'm reading. It's in the book of Matthew chapter 28 and verse 11 says, "Now while they were going, behold, some of the guard came into the city and reported to the chief priest all the things that had happened. When they had assembled with the elders and consulted together, they gave a large sum of money to the soldiers, saying, 'Tell them, his disciples came at night and stole him away while we slept. And if this comes to the governor's ear, we will appease him and make you secure.'" I think this is just the ending of Christ's ministry when he had given authority to his disciples to go and preach. But there is one thing that you need to understand, that these Pharisees and these scribes, they decided to come and bribe these soldiers, that they can say the apostles of Jesus came and stole the body. If that is not corruption, that is what is that? And it's clearly recorded in the Bible. People will just say, these things, even ndivyo vitu hufanywa siku hizi. This is how things are done. It's so sad we've reached to a place in our society whereby if you are not corrupt, you are the odd one out. If you are not corrupt, if you don't bribe, you're old school. You don't know how things are done. But I want to ask ourselves this question: how did we get here? And I'll say, we are the ones who made these people. We are the ones who stationed their heart to that place whereby unless we give something to them, they will never deliver what is expected of them. We are the ones who have gone ahead. You see, we see accidents all over. Let me just use these examples in the course of many. We see accidents happening all over and we blame the drivers. But have you asked yourself, was this vehicle in the first place roadworthy? Was it value? Was it expected to be in the road in the first place? Is it roadworthy? And yet there was a person who took this car to the inspection, and because they bribed this guy, whoever he was, he allowed this car to pass the inspection, knowing that it was faulty. And then this car comes and kills people. And then you say that it is the drivers. I'm not sparing the drivers. You went to that driving school, and instead of going to the test where you're supposed to go, you gave that inspection officer some money so that he can pass your driving license. Yeah, I see how you're looking at me. You didn't even attend the test, and then you go and you cause that accident, and you say, you start blaming and pointing fingers. You are in that office whereby you are supposed to dispense your activities to the population and to the people of your nation, but until they give you something, you hide files in your office. Who does not know that? And you say these files can't be seen, but when someone chips in something, you are ready to bring the files and zimepatikana ndizo hizi. How did we get here? We made you. We are the ones who gave you that bribe. Another person came and gave another person. If that police officer arrests you because your vehicle is lacking 1, 2, 3, 4 things, why can't you just go and fix these things and pay the fine? Go the right way. Because if we are not going to do that as a nation, we are rotting each and every day. The society is rotting each and every day. It has become so sad that this thing is entering even into churches. Watu, when the church are holding elections and then you hear, tutachagua mtu fulani, just because they've given you something. As much as we want to deny it, as much as we want to point fingers, we are the ones who made these people. And how are we going to stop this thing? How are we going to stop this issue of corruption? It begins with me. I will not bribe. I will I will go, let the way be long, but let it be perfect in the eyes of God. It's no rocket science. Whether they push your appointment now because they're online, una apply appointment, unaweka 2021, but if you bribe it will come in 2 weeks. Let it be there, because you don't know between now and 2021 what God will do in your life. God will prepare us as much as we want ourselves prepared. So, how did we get here? We are the ones who made these people corrupt. We are the ones who made their hearts be the way they are, that they can dispense their services to us unless we chip in. You've been posted in that office by God. I don't even want to talk about the power people, because these guys are pain in the head. They will leave you in darkness for quite some time, and until you go there and give them something, that's the time they'll come. So it's not about who did what or who did what. The question is, what did I do to make that person to be the way they are? So as much as we want to say that these people are corrupt, but until the Pharisees gave them this amount of money, they didn't even have it in mind. These people that serve us and we are calling them corrupt, they didn't have it even in the first place. But until we said, can it be fast enough? Shika hii, tengeneza hiyo maneno haraka. You started it, you end it right now by saying corruption ends with me. There is no other person who will come and help us in corruption if it will not be us. We will pray, we will ask God to help us, and we are going to deal with this until we say it is over. It is no more, because there is no one else who will help us but ourselves. It began with you.